Hi everyone, good afternoon. Hope am I audible? Yes. So we all have a very special guest. I would like to tell you few things about her, a brief introduction. Actually, she is the one who does not need any much introduction because her background seems to be, I would say, perfect enough, but still I would like to tell about Dr. Sakshi. So, with over 23 years of experience in the life science industry, she specializes in and business strategy, utilizing AI and ML technologies to manage significant accounts. And also, her extensive network within the industry is instrumental in generating valuable business opportunities. Skilled in leading technical collaborations and managing client relationships, she also contributes to the field through speaking engagements and publications, particularly in areas like pharmacovigilance and personalized medicine. Additionally, she plays a vital role in marketing and strategic development within the life science sector. So students, I present you all Dr. Sakshi Rastogi, Senior Director and Head Life Sciences Center of Excellence Entity Data. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, Shalini, for such an elaborative introduction about me. But yes, I
Pleasure, ma'am.
must say, I'm still a student and I prefer to learn each and every day because technology is something which is evolving every day, right? Comes up new things, new dilemmas. So I'm still a student and I look so forward to our session, meeting all the wonderful and valuable students over here. So hello everyone, very good afternoon again. The topic of today is all about the collaboration, but let me put it in a very basic manner that every day, either you are doing some life sciences work or healthcare work, or you are doing some sessions, you are actually collaborating with a different stakeholder in a multiple ways. But today topic is all about how the innovation has happened and how it is going to esteem towards the different collaborators, different strategic companies, either pharma, biotech, med device companies, healthcare hospitals and institutes, and then how the data analytics companies collaborate with each other. That's the session of today. And so at the end of the session, what we gonna understand that what is the power of collaboration when you do the advancement of healthcare and life sciences. Also, you will understand that in innovation, there are multiple technology, analytics, big data, applied AI, infrastructure, cybersecurity, right? Business intelligence. So that's importance of innovation we will understand, and importantly, the significance of collaborative strategies, because unless you will not have a defined plan in place, unless you will not have a very focused and step by step task, the collaborations cannot be successful. So in next 45 minutes or so, we're going to discuss about it, and then I would like to take your queries and questions if there are any. So giving a very high level overview, uh, collaboration in today's time, it's very critical and important because of the reshaping the future of healthcare and life sciences. And why I am telling this particular statement, because a single company does not have a skill sources to identify and just to work around end to end value chain or to provide the entire skill set. They highly have to dependent on someone, and I will give you a layman examples for your better understanding. Also in today's time, stakeholders needs to collaborate to break through multiple factors. Some might not have a good quality framework, some could not have a good documentation practices, some might have challenge around the next gen technologies, some might really face some operational processes. So definitely a single person or single institute cannot work by themselves. They really have to collaborate. So what you can expect in today's sessions is all about the importance, the types, challenges, and definitely when there are challenges, you have a solutions, as well as what the future collaborations, strategic assignments look like when you really come across. let me give you a little insight about the importance. We did discuss about it, but why the collaboration in today's time is too important. There are three factors. One is because when you collaborate, a company A versus company B, a company A is having some skill set around next gen technology, which is AI, ML, deep learning, machine learning. Company B is having resources who does know about the life sciences, about healthcare, about pharmacovigilance, about regulatory bodies. Company C is someone who is very good in operations, about delivery, providing the infrastructure, about the benches, about the platform. Unless they won't collaborate with each other, they will not able to provide a very successful composition to anybody, right? Providing a diverse expertise, a good resource means like us, right? The manpower, the workforce with the right skill set, and the perspective, the defined strategy that accelerate the pace of innovation. Second one is translation of scientific discoveries. I am sitting currently in Gurgaon. You guys might be sitting virtually, but yes, the CliniLaunch is based out in Bangalore, and I am doing a collaboration with them. But we have just one goal about the learning, about the enhancing your all power, and understanding about the strategic decisions, what's happening into the industry. So that is also a kind of a collaboration. But what actually is happening, that we are providing a skill set, I am providing certain skill set, you guys have given me a medium, which is a Zoom meeting, right? That's a medium to provide the support. So if Zoom is not working, if internet is not working, it means that collaboration with the technical team is not working well. So a defined strategic collaboration successfully impact the healthcare breakthroughs, right? Most important to understand, then whenever there is a combat infectious disease, we recently have come out healthy and safe, right, from COVID-19. But during COVID-19, if you must have noticed, India was supporting and collaborating with the global countries. The reason, because India was having a skill set, India was having the resources, India was having the diverse expertise, and more importantly, the team who built the vaccine in a span of 9 months. So, with that note, in a few span of month, right, everybody got vaccinated, and we were able to came out of this very tough situation, which was COVID-19, right? Now, key players we need to understand, importance we understand, but who are the people, who are the companies, the institutes who are collaborating with each other, and what value and proposition they will get out of it? Most importantly, pharmaceutical companies, because we work in the healthcare and life science space. Life sciences is all about pharma, biotech, med device companies, right? Nutraceuticals, cosmetics, one. Healthcare is all about payer and provider. Payer are one, you must be having a insurance from, medical insurance. When you get hospitalized, you go for a seamless, paperless insurance. So they are the payer with whom you take the insurance, right? Provider are the hospital, medical institutes, like AIMS, Columbia Asia, where you get admitted, get yourself treated, and just recover, resolve from a kind of a adverse event or a ailment which you are facing currently. So payer and provider, these particular fall under healthcare, and pharma, biotech, and med device, they fall under the life sciences. Both collaboratively work as a healthcare and life sciences. And as we really are the key players of this particular field, bringing the industry expertise, funding, and infrastructure is very important for the drug development. So when pharmaceutical companies, the innovator one, right? When they have to develop a new drug, considering a new indication, they undergo multiple clinical trials. But for to have that clinical trials, they need to collaborate. They need to collaborate with the institutes, with the investigator sites, for a rightful of doctors, CRAs, and CRCs. They need to collaborate with the patients with whom you recruit and screen and then monitor their requirement after giving them the medication. And after that, you have a contract research organization, right? There are multiple contract research organizations in today's time in India and globally, who work with these pharmaceutical companies, ensuring that the clinical trial, irrespective of phase 1 or 2 or 3, they provide the support in the rightful evaluation, assessment, and for the entire study. So when pharmaceutical companies come into the picture, they need to collaborate with whom? Institutes, medical institutes. They need to collaborate with the CROs. They need to collaborate with the technology companies. Now, coming to the research institute, right? Research institutes is like what? CliniLaunch is also a research institute where people are getting skilled and trained. Research institute is also where R&D processes are happening. So, providing a scientific knowledge or access to the patient populations for a clinical trial is support. You might be working as a CRA or CRC, right? After getting onboarded to any of the organizations once your trainings is done, but there are research institutes who are already being shortlisted by these pharmaceutical company basis on the infrastructure, the technology, the patients, the region, the community, the country, the kind of a atmosphere, the environment. Multiple factors are there for them to understand whom they have to collaborate. If it is summer, they need to collaborate with the companies who can provide the cooling effect. If it is winters, they need to understand that, hey, if cough and cold would happen, they need to have a multiple stock of medications which can be taken care of those cold and um, anti-allergic medications. Government agencies are one who offering the regulatory guidance, funding, support, public health initiatives. So government agencies, irrespective of the regulatory bodies who provide the support, government agencies are the one who provide supports in collaboration with the regulatory bodies or the Ministry of India plus the institutes. So there are companies like civil hospitals, government hospitals, government places who provide the support, who are the collaborator between pharma company and the research institute, so that seamless documentation, seamless legalization can be happen, and no patient should get impact. And collaboration is all about the having a rightful and dutiful practice in place, having keeping the patient safety at the center, ensuring that the product should be used in a very well versed way, in a optimal doses, and more importantly, it's the interest of the public health, right? So you need to understand, think logistically and think on a broader aspect, that when a collaboration nearly happen, either a small company is there, a startup is there, or a big established pharmaceutical company is there, everybody needs to collaborate because of the resources, expertise, funding, kind of infrastructure, technology, guidance, public health. Non-profit organizations, definitely you need to understand who really do the fostering the partnership to address the specific health challenges, because each role plays a very critical and important support and a responsibility which drive innovation towards. And in today's era, considering the current trends and timelines and the importance of innovation, you must have seen a lot of data analytics companies of IT, right? IT companies come up with their own technologies, but there are very small data analytics company who are very well versed in the AI/ML solution, who are very well versed with the labeling, who are very well versed with the coding, who are very well versed with the deep learning skills, conversational AI, right? Command centers. You must have seen now, post COVID, most of the things, almost 70% things have gone digital. Earlier, you were always carry some cash with you. I'm giving a very hypothetical example. You were carrying the cash with you, but most of the time now you just go and do the Paytm. But there is a collaborator that that the vendor has done a collaboration with the channel, right, to provide the support, so that if somebody is going to pay to them, they will get credit to their account. So there is a collaboration in each and every specificities, and this is ensureness of to just go through in a smooth manner. So these are important key players, but when it comes to the healthcare and life sciences, the important and critical key players are pharma companies, research institutes like medical hospitals, medical institutes, government agencies, NGOs are also there, and data analytics company, be it a bigger one. I don't want to name anybody here, just to not to sound biased, but there are big and small data analytics company who provide the support into the in fostering the next gen technologies. Now, we have already understood the overview, kind of a key collaboration and the importance. Let's discuss more about the types of collaborative strategies, because if we do not have any defined strategy in place, giving a very layman example, you are doing a course, you must have done some planning that after completing this particular course I will able to enhance these kind of a skill set which will able to land me at a very good job, right? So that's a strategy you might have put across for yourself. But when it comes to the collaborations between the research institutes, the NGOs, the technology companies, pharmaceutical companies, there are a very well was defined strategies that needs to take place. And out of that, three are most important: public private partnership, that there are joint initiatives between the government entities and the private organizations to address the public health challenges or develop the innovative technologies. Giving an example, a pharmaceutical company A, if they have done the collaboration with the data analytics company to create some next gen technologies, AI ML technologies, so that they can do a processing of the cases very well, if they are able to do a structure format of the unstructured sources very well, if they are able to download the information from a different social media channels very well, then they are able to spread their time for risk assessment rather than just doing the data entry, right? So you need to understand, when government entities, just giving like Ministry of Health, their multiple programs on pharmacovigilance are happening, they also have a kind of a safety database where adverse events are getting monitored and registered. So if they do not have that technology, people earlier had to send the email, post the email, in personal had to visit there to report any adverse event. But now they just go into the technological way and then just enter the information and just submit it. So everything is online. Another example is, you don't have to go to banks all the time. Your payment banks and all those apps are already available on your mobile, so by just clicking few things, you just able to transfer money from one place to another, even from India to the foreign countries. So it is important the public private relationship and partnership should be very well was planned. Second one is academic and industry collaboration. So I am giving a session over here, plus CliniLaunch is actually scheduling this one. It really comes as an academic industry collaboration. The reason, because industry players like self me and academic institutes like CliniLaunch, they are just advancing the research, develop new therapies, and commercialize the scientific discoveries. They provide the support to give you a learning that really enhance your overall learning around the industry perspective, because you are sitting at a across the table and I'm sitting this side. I know how industry really works, but you might be having a multiple questions in your mind. Hey, how the process has been worked out, what kind of a hierarchy would be there, how the governance model will be there, what kind of a skill sets should be considered. But with the academic and industry collaborations, you are able to advance the research and develop new therapies. Most important is the consortia, right? Collaborative networking between multiple stakeholders, be it the industry, be it the government, non-government institutes, be it the profitable organization, be it any pharmaceutical companies. The triangular collaboration, the multifactorial or multiple stakeholders are there to tackle the complex healthcare problems, just like COVID. When COVID really held, government was really collaborating with each organization, ensuring that the data should be processed very well to have a very realistic figure. Government was collaborating with all the government civil hospitals or government hospitals, ensuring that people should get vaccinated. Government was also getting collaborated with the technology for the Arogya Setu, so that the rightful figure and data should be reflected for everybody's awareness, right? Because When you were logging into Arogya Setu, you were able to assess that, in the area of 3 kilometer or 4 kilometer, how many people are getting impacted with COVID-19. So consortia is a stage where just not one or two collaborators come into each other's working strategies, but multi stakeholders are involved here over here by assessing the strength and challenges for each of the approach. So we do understand now the types. We already understood that, what was the key players. We already understood the importance, and we already have a good highlight about this overview. Let's go into the essential key steps, because you have a strategy, but if you do not have a steps to follow, you want to climb the stairs from stair 1 to 5th, there are chances that you might fall down. So there are steps, and that is very mandatory and essential and critical, important key step that needs to be taken care when the collaboration between two organization, institutes, or a company get considered. First and most importantly is objective. What is the objective? Why I need a collaboration? What is the outcome that I am going to get out of this collaboration? What I will achieve? So the result, the output should be clear. There is a collaboration between yourself and CliniLaunch, that CliniLaunch has provided a kind of a set of programs, and then you have really enrolled yourself. So at the end, you would be more skilled, and that's the objective of CliniLaunch as well. That the objective of yourself as well. So identify a clear objective with the mutual benefits, right? It's a win-win strategy. It's a win-win solution. So all partners who are involved, either it is consortia, either it is just one individual, or either it is academia or institute collaboration, every should have a win-win strategy, win-win outcome. Then the clear objective is defined. Then choose the right partner. Now, how you will choose the right partner? It's not all about the advertisements, it's not all about the review. You need to understand the strengths, the resources, the promises that they put across, the uh, kind of a plans they do have, kind of a projects they have delivered. Either they do have a very reliable and trustworthy track record, so that that can be trusted, and should be a compatible culture. So when you choose a right partner, multiple factors are there, and for that each company does a due diligence, right? There should be a checklist. Okay, partners, right, what offering they are providing. Okay, either they are into our cost, or it should be rightful to just proceed with that, or there are some hiccups and challenges. Third and most important is the governance structure. There should be hierarchy. That there are people who will deliver the work, there are people who will manage the work, there are people who will strategize the work. So clear leadership roles, a decision making process, and a balanced representation from all stakeholders should be required when you just go into a collaboration. Fourth and most important, legal agreements, intellectual properties, whose IP is there, does they do have a patent, or are they using somebody else logo, or are they witnessing some challenges? So NDA, then SAW, then multiple agreements needs to be in place, so that funding, resource allocation, and the IPs should be rightfully materialized. Effective communication. I always ensure, even today, that effective, transparent, and efficient communication is the key to success. So, if you are able to implement structured communication, that who is going to connect with whom, everybody cannot talk with me. So, there are some rightful people who need to drive the discussion. So, at one level, there are certain people, at second level, there are certain people, and at third level, there are certain people. So, in each of the model, you have a layer of communication available, so that effective communication can be driven. And I'm giving you an example for COVID-19. Our Prime Minister Modi was just providing the details, right? They were providing the do's and don'ts for every healthcare and life science companies to taken care. And then they were driven to the state level, then the district level, then the village level, and so forth. So that's how the entire vaccination real held. But there should be effective and efficient and very elaborate communication. But the medium should be very well versed so that everybody should be aligned. Now, the joint project management is important because project management is not something everybody can do, right? By having a 1 2 year of industry experience, nobody can do the project management because sometimes you come across with a lot of strategic and thoughtful leaders and the companies, but there are chances that there are some tough and very adamant customers as well. So using the best practices to coordinate efforts and achieve the milestone, define milestone. The key of this step is all about that you should define why, when, where, how, by whom you will able to achieve it, right? If you have that clarity, you are a good project manager, you are a good program manager. Then cultural alignment and team integration, it is always a collaborative culture, right? If I am sitting in north and you are sitting in a south and you have some festival and you have a holiday, if I will also take a leave, that collaboration, that deliverable cannot happen. So you really need to provide the backup support to each other, and that's kind of a team collaboration, right? So when team integration and team cultural alignment will happen, it all derived from the leaders who are running these particular institutes or multiple collaboration. So when a government agency and a pharmaceutical company and next gen technology company had to collaborate, all these factors should get identified first thing. Secondly, there are a specific and very clear governance for each of the model, who is going to connect with the deliveries, who are going to connect with the uh, um, leadership teams, who are going to connect with the people who are at the forefront. Data sharing and security, definitely today is all about data. If I am going to put something on WhatsApp and that is going to get delivered to someone, my privacy can get hindered, right? So data encryption is very much important. Either you will do any social media channels or either you just utilize any apps or application. So secure and compliant data management and exchange of it is needed, and that's why multiple cloud server is there, right? So AWS, Salesforce, GCP, then you have Nvidia, so and so forth. You have lot now. Earlier it was just Google, right? Google Cloud Space, but now Amazon Workspace, Nvidia, Salesforce, everybody is there, and lot of data is getting generated. But you want to have a security, you want to secure all the information that has been exchanged between these stakeholders. It really needs to be done through a collaboration. Most importantly, monitoring, because if you know the project management, monitoring and adjustment is also part of it. So the person who will able to do the best practices during the project management, they will also able to understand how the performance is happening. Are they okay to just proceed, or are there some unavoidable or ad hoc challenges that has happened which needs to be make adjustments. Last and important, any collaboration is not just done for a short time period. There are very few. When a collaboration has started from a very low segment, but always with a thought process of scalable and expansible mode, because everybody wants to go on a global way, right? So any collaboration between a small company, two so small companies, can start today, but they might be having a vision, and they surely will be having a vision that after 5 years they want to be 10x resource oriented, and then they want to be not just India specific, for the global perspective. These are the 10 essential key steps. If anybody will take care on smaller to bigger engagements, their collaboration will never go vain, right? I hope this has given a very good understanding to you how collaboration really happens and what are the strategic thoughts these companies really take into the consideration when they go. But there are models around it, right? So those are the steps which needs to be taken care, but there are models, and in each of the models there are specific alignments that needs to be performed. for the specific objectives, kind of a technology that is going to get used, which regulatory bodies you will be working, either it is India CDSCO, or it is Europe EMEA, it is US FDA, or it is Japan PMDA, and so on and so forth, right? So, according to the market needs, the strategic model needs to get cultivated. And for that, the six kind of a models currently are in practice, where each companies are take that into the consideration for resource sharing, resource distribution, and for the potential innovation. Joint venture model is something two or more parties can do a separate entity to share the investment and risk for a significant project. Giving an example, there is company A and there is company B. Company A is just about the processing of data. Company B is about giving the technology of data. They say, whatever the technology I will be providing to you, I will take that particular investment. Company A is working with the customers and then they will process the cases. They will get the investment for processing of the cases, whereas company B, who is providing the support on the technology, they will take the investment only for the applications and models, right? So it's a risk free, it's a for the significant successful projects, but both are in the win-win stage. Then there are licensing and partnership as well. One party develop a technology, which is company B, right? And then the other, this company B would like to develop and commercialize to multiple stakeholders, not just one company A. So they have created some IP or patent. They have sold it to company A, company B, company C, company D, and company E. They will provide the same license to everybody, but their stakeholders are completely different. So with one IP, they are able to get a lot of cost or revenue. They will able to generate the revenue. Given an example, WhatsApp is a platform which has been created by Mark Zuckerberg, and after that, what happened? Everybody around the world has created their uh, profile into it, right? What you are getting out of it? Just you are able to exchange, you are able to meet your old friends, you are able to see each other data. But what they are going to get, they are generating a lot of data, and then they might able to utilize that data to extract something out of it, and they just convert something new. So after that, they have just sold multiple new applications, and they got into those particular partnership model. Contract research and manufacturing organization, a manufacturer who is really creating or manufacturing the products, drugs, or medication, and there is one company who is outsourcing those particular one, kind of a pharmacies, kind of a medical institutes. They do have their own pharmacies as well. So outsourcing any specific tasks to accelerate the development and reduce the cost. So if one company is manufacturing paracetamol in humongous way, and then they will distribute it to the entire state of Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra, Karnataka, West Bengal, Mumbai, think about that. They will, there is just one company, but they are able to produce how much amount of information and data to those particular requested people, right? So they have a multiple collaborators, but they will get all the revenue from each one of them, and these particular companies will get their own specific revenue. So that's how the CMS and CROs really work. Academic and research institutes, partnering with academic entities for accessing the cutting edge search. Giving an example, as I was telling you, that any institute which has been shortlisted by CROs or any organization, or the pharmaceutical company, they really have to recruit and screen the patients from their own region. So they will going to get certain kind of a revenue generate from that particular clinical trial. But once that drug is going to get approved, the pharmaceutical company can really market that drug in multiple regions, right? Same way consortium model, when multiple stakeholders get involved, and same way for the innovation models, when startups and inventors complete these internal R&Ds. Okay. Now, as we have understood the steps and the models, let's discuss some challenges and solutions, because everything cannot really run streamlined and seamlessly, right? So there are some intellectual property issues. There are issues when people really have the attrition rate very high, not having the right skill set of resources. There are conflict of interest as well. There are some challenges too. So intellectual property issues, balancing the need for innovation and concerns about the ownership, who is going to own the ownership and who is going to deliver it. It should be very clearly identified in all the legal document. Resource allocation. If the resources has been allocated, first they should be matching the kind of a job role they are performing. Secondly, they should be having a rightful skill set. And it should not happen that they are working more than the defined timelines, else they burnt out and they might leave. Again, the retraining will happen. So managing a limited resources effectively and equitably will fall into the challenge. Last and important one is conflict of interest, that somebody has come up with some IP and might be that formula get passed on to some other company and they also come up with something, right? Same way. But if you do not, if you have a IP in place, or if you have an identity or uniqueness with you, then adversing the goals and incentivize cannot be just challenge. But generally, solutions and best practices for overcoming these challenges is important. And that's why the solution is to have a very clear agreement and protocols for the IPs, having a very transparent governance model, effective and collaborative communication for the resource allocation, for how many days or time or month they will be working, what kind of a project they will be working, what kind of incentives they are going to get it, and if they will be work overtime, then what kind of a compensation they will be giving. It should be clearly defined in the statement of work. And most importantly, as I was really uh, stressing a lot, fostering a open, transparent, honest and trustworthy communication with the mutual respect among all the collaborators is a key to all the challenges to be resolved. So we understood it, and almost we are at the end of the solution. I have just two more slides before I open the session for any queries. Future directions are very important to understand because these are driven by the technological advancement and the imperatives of. So data driven collaborators, like use of AI, ML and big data companies to provide the support for the drug discovery, clinical trials, smart manufacturing, patient monitoring, and patient support program is very important. Because if you have noticed earlier, you have to go to any medical institutes or healthcare institutes in person. But now you can take an appointment well in advance. You sometime able to just see what kind of a medications your parents are going to get, when they have to take it, and if you have any queries you can always call those command centers. So this is our future, that we are already digitalized, but we are going to be more digitalized because we really want to look for the advancements in the healthcare and life sciences. Cross industry partnership, as I was mentioning earlier, collaborations beyond the traditional boundaries to include the tech companies, the government agencies, the pharmaceutical companies, with a clear vision and objective of patient healthcare at the center, and uses of rightful product use is very important, and it's a need of the hour. With the global health challenge to maintain that they are focusing on addressing the worldwide health issue like infectious disease, right? COVID-19 was one of them. Earlier, HIV AIDS was one of them. Before that, malaria and polio was one of them. And these times we are still, some people still having those flu influenza, but they consider that as COVID-19. So these health challenges needs to be taken care. Most importantly, the open innovation model, because once you attain the skill set, your mind really works very well. And if you come up with some new solution with the amazing researches and competitors to share the risk and accelerate innovation, it is very important then that you should go for those. Earlier it was chat gpt, uh, uh, came in picture by OpenAI in November 2022, but now ChatGPT version 4.0 also there. Apart from that, there are other content creative models available. So we are into an innovation hub. We are into an innovation world where everything is planning to get digitalized, right? Regulatory harmonization, absolutely. Regulatory has become more strict. They want every organization to be streamed in adherence with their compliance, in adherence with the regulations and rules they have provided, so that less challenges can be directed or can be seen or witnessed by the people. And importantly, last but not the least, advanced manufacturing techniques, collaborative efforts in developing and applying the 3D printing like blockchain, IoT, sensors, big data, business intelligence, you just name, and it will go on. Lot and lot are there, but it's all about the data. It's all about the data, because from the data earlier it was just a bunch of books or the numbers, but now from data you can derive decision making strategy, you can derive multiple new things, you can derive the new risk assessment, you can derive the new indications, so and so forth. So to revolutionize the drug production, having the patient safety in mind, people needs to take care of all these future directions. So with that note, the conclusion is that we understood the importance of collaboration between pharma companies, government agencies, as well as NGOs, because our objective is one, to drive the healthcare innovation and improve the patient outcome. Patient safety is at the center. To explore the collaborative opportunities, definitely there are 10 steps and 6 models that needs to be taken care, because by doing that we were able to leverage the power of partnership to tackle the complex problems, right, which are impacting the health of a human being. So that human being can be anyone, yourself, me, or someone near and dear of ours. And most importantly, emphasizing the need for continued collaboration with the rightful, honest, trustworthy, efficient, and effective communication. So, for the innovation and collective actions to create a healthier tomorrow for everyone.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.